for Porsche Cayenne. About 20 years ago, a little more than 20 years, Porsche decided to disrupt the SUV industry by making the sports car of SUVs. And in doing so, they created a market segment that essentially had never been created. Fast forward 20 years later, and the Cayenne was often imitated but never duplicated. And today you'll find a Cayenne that's racked up countless accolades both on and off-road and set benchmark standards for SUVs in terms of luxury, capability, and performance. So in the interest of time, I'm going to give you a really quick run through of the new Cayenne, highlight some of the new updates with the 24, and by the way, this is the third generation's refresh, or the Cayenne 3.2, if you will. And if you have any questions or comments after the presentation, feel free to come grab me or any one of the Porsche Brooklyn staff. Ooh, that's nice. Or any one of the Porsche Brooklyn staff, and we'd be happy to go into any subject a little further. So the first things you'll notice, ooh, did the speakers just change? So the first thing you'll notice starting on the outside is the front fascia and revised rear end, which you'll be able to see a little more later, along with the pronounced fender flares, all of which emphasize width and give the new Cayenne a slightly more aggressive and athletic look. In the front, matrix design LED headlights are now standard, and that is going to be a trend in this presentation. There's a lot of new standard features with the new Cayenne compared to the predecessor, where all of these standard features were previously options. So, matrix design headlights are now standard with the optional HD matrix design headlights as an option, which offer additional functionality. In the rear, you'll notice a newly three-dimensional sculpted light bar, which runs the entire width of the car, again emphasizing presence, and it looks awesome at night, so I'm sure you guys will see that soon. 20-inch wheels are now standard with a slightly larger sidewall compared to the predecessor, which both increases comfort and capability on and off-road. To accompany the new wheels, Porsche Active Suspension Management, or PASM for short, is adjustable suspension and allows the driver to configure the suspension according to road or driver enthusiasm. There's also an optional adaptive air suspension, which features a new two-valve chamber technology, and it further widens the gap between comfort and sport settings, and also allows you to raise and lower the car. Got to use my cheat sheet on this one. And of course, we've got three new colors for you this year. Algarve Blue Metallic, which is probably represented outside, Montego Blue Metallic, and Arctic Gray, which is the middle Cayenne over there. And of course, we have a host of new wheel designs in various colors and sizes, so you can customize the look of your Cayenne as you see fit. So now as we move to the interior, I know you won't be able to see what I'm talking about right now, but I assume most of you have had a glimpse of those, and if you haven't, you will be able to soon. So the first thing you'll notice is the cowl-less digital instrument cluster, the frame dashboard, which extends all the way across the passenger side, and the lack of a gear selector lever in the traditional position. That's been moved to the dashboard behind the steering wheel, a la our Porsche Taycan, and that allows for larger and closer to the occupant climate control buttons, and an enlarged storage cubby for phone, wallet, keys, and the Porsche memorabilia I'm sure you all carry around with you on a daily basis. All of these elements and the others I'm about to talk about comprise what Porsche calls the Porsche driver experience, which immerses the driver in a driver-focused environment which is highly digitized. So in addition to the 12.3-inch central display, you'll notice the 12.6-inch curved digital instrument cluster that I already mentioned. And if you've ever been a passenger in a car and thought, you know, that central display is so far, I can't reach to change the audio, oh my God, I need a screen right in front of me, you can now have one. A la our Porsche Taycan, you can have a 10.9-inch digital display in front of you where you can view vehicle info, control audio, and even stream video. And no, drivers, you cannot watch too, because there's a special filter that only allows you to see it if you're sitting right in front of it. We also have a new push-to-start function, as well as a wireless smartphone charging compartment built into the center console, which is also standard. And it is air-conditioned, which is pretty cool. If you've ever, thank you very much. If you've ever used a wireless phone charger, though, you'll notice your phone gets really hot. So it's actually really cool that it's enclosed, and it's really unique in the SUV segment. So finally, we've borrowed the steering wheel from our 911, which gives the Cayenne a distinctly sporty feel and also features the driver mode selector switch as standard. So Oh, and of course, sorry, there's a host of new material options for the inside in different colors and textures, so you can customize the look and feel of your Cayenne as you see fit. So before I leave you to explore the car and our bar and snacks a little more, let me give you a quick rundown of the performance upgrades to the new Cayenne. Our 3-liter turbocharged V6 engine receives a healthy bump of power, plus 18 horsepower to 348 to be exact. The Cayenne e-Hybrid uses the same standard motor coupled with a larger than its predecessor electric motor, which both increases range and performance. And there are 2 other e-Hybrid variants coming down the pike, the Cayenne S e-Hybrid and Turbo e-Hybrid, for those of you who want a little more electric pep in your step. And of course, the big news with this Cayenne generation is the return of the 4-liter twin turbocharged V8 engine producing 462 horsepower and 442 pound-feet of torque. And yes, I'm very excited about it in case you can't tell. I've been waiting for that for a long time. And at the top of the lineup, last but not least, is our Turbo GT, which produces a whopping 650 horsepower. It is ridiculous. It will melt your face, and it has set numerous lap record times at the Nürburgring and international racetracks all over the world. You should really get behind the wheel if you have a chance to drive one. So, with all this newfound power comes a couple of new safety features. We can't just let you run wild without, pulling back the reins a little bit. So 2 I'm going to feature are the active speed limit assist and evasion assist, which allows the car to aid the driver in an emergency obstacle avoidance maneuver situation. Whew. I just threw a lot at you guys. You still with me? Look, what I really want you to walk away with from this presentation and about this new 24 Cayenne is that this is the most extensive product upgrade in the history of Porsche. And to fully understand everything I just talked about, you really need to take a ride. So as Sean mentioned, we're going to be giving test drives to anyone who wants one. If you'd like to, feel free to grab myself or any other of my fantastic team members from Porsche Brooklyn, and we will help you arrange a cruise. So on behalf of myself and my entire team, thank you very much for coming. We greatly appreciate your attendance and support, and have a great rest of your evening. Thank you very much.